Hi guys, welcome back to Social Hour. This is episode 15.
15. Ooh, wait.
15.
Man, I'm dying. Just powerful dabs. How you doing, brother? So you just got off work?
I've only just got back from work, yeah. Unfortunately, this isn't the full-time job at the moment.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I've been working a little bit myself, helping my brother-in-law, because the full crypto thing, it's fun in the beginning, but I feel like after a few years, it starts to become draining if you don't find something fulfilling to do. So I've been helping my brother-in-law with like little side hustle jobs. So it's been fun. It's been like learning how to like shit. We did wallpaper removal last week. He was up in like a 60-foot ladder, like painting this peak, and I was like, man, this dude's crazy. But it's fun to watch and also learn. So your boy's been busy with that too.
So I hear it's been a crazy day.
Man, it has been
a very crazy day.
It has been a crazy day indeed. It was looking really good, honestly. I was looking at the pre-markets before the market opened, and everything was looking good until, if you guys can see, something happened. And we're gonna go over a little bit of what that was. But for now, shoot, I guess we can go straight into the TA, see what's going on, and then we'll kind of go into what is really going on. Because, like even here, yeah, you can see got rejected. Like it should have been reversing, but there's a news article that came out and then reversal. So I know we got some new animations. If you want to throw on the TA, we can go straight into it with the BTC. I like that. I like that music right there. That was good for that one.
Oh.
There we go. I think we saw like 3 times. We might have lost crypto, buddy. You there? See, this is what happens. You go do a job. You forget how to do this. I think I hear you somewhere. I'm going to take a sip of water while you can see. Yeah, help it back. Anyways, you guys saw that animation. Crypto Buddy hooked us up with that, so it's pretty awesome. Love the music behind that one. Actually had me dancing. So it's really cool. I'll wait for him because he was at work, and I'm sure he wants to catch up because he just got off and he has no idea what's going on. And normally Bitcoin doesn't move like this. There's black swan events that happen that cause the markets to move like this. This is the problem with what I've noticed is during a bear market you get a lot of it. It's almost like the news and the market, of course, they go together. There's a correlation there. So one thing versus trading the bear versus the bull is when the bull market comes around, it's a lot easier because whenever there is a news article, it always helps the price go up, and it allows it to where you can just wait it out, and it's safer to take positions at these ranges when it's in red because since the consensus of the market is to rally upwards, then it's going to move with it. Versus right now is we can have indicators. I have my own techniques that I trade. I use my indicators and I have like a whole list of things that I go through. And what I've noticed is sometimes even that stuff won't work because when a news article comes out and it's either, and I mean, actually, there's more. There's not just this big one that I'm going to go over to. There's more, and I'm going to talk about the second thing that came out. I think it was yesterday, which It goes back to the security of wallets, which it's the basic. Oh, we got crypto buddy.
Yo, sorry. Don't know what happened then.
You know,
Computer just closed down.
I think it's because you've been working, so you forgot how to do the crypto side of things now.
Oh, yeah, it's probably that.
No, I was just telling them, I don't know if you could hear me, but on how market conditions, it's a little bit different to trade. So during on the bear markets, when a news article comes out, it doesn't matter if you have TA or it doesn't matter if you have certain techniques to look out for because it just moves the market.
Yep.
And with the bull market, it's a little bit different because when the news articles come out, it just pushes it up, and the consensus is always upwards. So even if you catch a short or if you catch a long and it reverses, you can normally wait that out and you'll be out in profit. But during these conditions, all it takes is an article or like a black swan event, is what we call it, to really change the price. So this is the second one I think we've had within a week. Did you hear about anything going on with I think it was Atom, but no, Atomic Wallet?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yep. So
Literally, I feel like I've been away for crypto for a week.
that's what happens. That's what's happened. So it's really good though. It's probably good that you got to change. A lot has happened. So I hope you're not using Atomic Wallet. They
Nope,
got
not
hacked.
in it.
Okay, good. Yeah. So it's a weird one because it's a hot wallet that got hacked. Normally this is like the safe way, but as of right now, I don't know what information they have on it. I know they haven't figured it out, but we'll go over it with the news here in a little bit. So yeah, as I guess let's go into the TA before we got the craziness going on.
Yep. Let's do that.
So what do you think? You think I should go into the TA first or kind of tell them what's going on because it's hard to give TA
I
when
think
that thing came out
right. I
and
think we should
chased the
go.
market.
I think we should go straight to the news for what's happened, and then
Switch
we can
back.
match it up with the TA. I think that
All
might
right.
be the easiest thing to do.
Let's do it. So I'll go to the slower time frames. Let's
It
see.
should
So
come
you
up on
guys,
that little news icon you got there. I wonder if it's come up on
yeah,
that.
no, true. It might. I have an article already.
No,
I'll,
might come up
yeah,
on BNB one.
yeah, I'll check it. True, true. So I'm gonna find when it actually. Well, yeah, I mean, you could see clearly there's a huge dump, and I'll tell you the reason why was because a little bit, I think, an hour after the markets open, there was a news articles that came out about CZ and Binance getting sued by the SEC. I don't know if this certain article has it, the one I read. Yeah, there it is. 13 charges that they filed against them. Let me see if we could go to CZ. Oh, okay. We'll do that later. But I saw that he was already tweeting about some of the stuff that was going on.
Yeah, he's already stepped down, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he stepped down, which is usually what happens with these kind of things. So far, though, he says that he's got nothing to worry about. That's also another thing they said. They say a lot, but CZ has proven his innocence before. Like he is one of the ones that he's like for me, the way I see it, he's like Elon Musk of crypto. He's like the one guy everyone's like, all right, if something's going on with him, that we should look into it because he's really helping with crypto. And it's just very unfortunate that the SEC is the way they are. Like they have these very strict regulations to where what's considered a security, and if you have that, you can't offer it to the U.S. like customers. And the way this kind of stuff works is, oh yeah, I'll click on that too real quick. Is a lot of this can get bypassed by VPN, and a lot of people do that, and these people know that people do that. However, they don't do enough to stop it, and I think that's where they try to go for them. They're like, "Oh, you're not stopping," and that's actually the reason why Binance US came out because he was trying to protect himself from that. Because before I could use Binance. I used to love Binance, and then when Binance US came out, they made it to where you couldn't really buy or purchase many of the tokens that were available on Binance because you had to watch out what you can offer. So I'm interested to see how far they're really going to try to get at them. You saw what's going on with the Ripple case, like that's been dragging on forever. But CZ, like he's got a better chance.
Yeah, like I used to use Binance all the time, and then it was, I think it was last year, beginning of last year, they stopped all UK deposits and withdrawals.
Oh, so they stopped you guys too.
But you can still use the exchange. You just have to go through like MetaMask or something, but
I see.
and through a different exchange. But yeah, that's what they stopped. I think you might have been able to still deposit on it, but you couldn't withdraw, which is weird.
Of course, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the
So,
banks.
yeah.
I really like them. I started like around that time. It was them and KuCoin that would alternate because most of the exchanges didn't offer some of these tokens that were being like released on these. And yeah, that's where I think I was also buying like Ripple when you weren't able to buy Ripple was I think KuCoin. I don't
Hmm.
even know. You might still be able to do it, but yeah, I always try to get these tokens when they're being suppressed. So let's check it out. I'll read a little bit over this one, or let's see what you got.
Well, this is just, I think, Binance's response.
Response. Okay, yeah, so we'll do it. So the SEC has filed a lawsuit against the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance. So for those that I'm sure everyone already knows, but if there's any new watchers or anybody that has followed me from like my social media, Binance is the largest exchange. Think about it like a store, like a Walmart, and CZ is the owner of it, or maybe like a monopoly. And he stepped down, but he was the guy that was running it, and his name was put on it. So they filed a lawsuit against Binance, its affiliate entities, and the founder and CEO. So they're not really talking much about. I've heard about Binance and CZ, but I guess they're going for other affiliated. And the founder CZ charging them with various security law violations. So let's see if this is worth. According to the press release, the SEC filed a complaint against Binance in the U.S. District of Columbia on Monday. The charges brought against the crypto exchange includes the unregistered offer and sale of securities, misrepresenting trading controls, and oversight on Binance. So yeah, and I know Binance before this happened, they allowed leverage, so that could also be part of the issue. And I hopefully this one will go through it, but there's a list of tokens that they're also listing that are supposedly the reason why. I think in our admin chat we actually have a list about it. Where was that? Among 13 charges unreeled against the exchange, the SEC alleged that CZ and Binance secretly controlled the operations of Binance US. Okay, so yeah, so they are going after Binance US again. Let's see. That's not much information. So yeah, they're going after them. And let's see what I haven't seen this, so let's see what the response is. Was this to say the time on this timestamp? No. We are disappointed the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission chose to file a complaint against us today. Do you know if this is from CZ or from his team?
I think it's from his team.
Okay, probably Chat GPT now, doing all the work. Seriously. Okay, I'm not gonna read all that, but yeah, they're doing their responses already. We're gonna have to keep track of it, but as you can see, the price was heavily impacted as soon as the news came out. We started this downtrend. And yeah, it was not pretty. I was actually trading it. I was trading before this even came into the picture on this wick right. Was it this one? No, I can't remember. I'd have to look back, but it was about to. It was basically on its way up. I had seen some percentages, and then I went away, and then this candle happened, and then it just has been aggressively dumping. So when I looked it up, it was because of the lawsuit that was presented. So that's what I was saying earlier when the stream was having some difficulty is like you can have all the TA you want and you can have all these little patterns when you're trading that you look out for. But at the end of the day, when it comes to these news articles, it doesn't really matter what we know, right? Because they can just move the price off emotion. So That happened last weekend as well with the extended weekend. I don't know if you saw. I think we talked about it when Bitcoin went up like crazy amount over the weekend, and then it was because of the debt ceiling being raised.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the last episode we talked about that actually. So there are yeah, and last week it was the same thing. It was like it was not supposed to go the way it was, and out of nowhere, it just aggressively started to move up. And I mean, I say it a lot on the channel. Is my favorite time frames have been the higher ones because they play out. But you can see where, as of recently, they haven't necessarily been playing out. Like, and I think that's when the news have been coming out. You normally you can get the up and down, like no choppiness, but as like recently, like this, like that was I think last week right here.
Yeah. Well, you can see where it's aggressively like gone down today. Like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and right here you can see there's a little, zoom it up. This little curve right here was when it was actually like reversing for the pump. So when I take these trades, I try to take them at the bottom of these valleys, or if I'm shorting at the top of these valleys. So this was about to curve in, and it did curve in, and then out of nowhere, it just aggressively, and I mean aggressive. Like you cannot. The leverage thing is the biggest thing. If you guys are trading, I would highly advise to go with low leverage. The emotions can mess with you if with this kind of movement, it goes aggressively. It's not like normal days where it just moves $100, 150, 120. It keeps in its range. These kind of days can move a lot if you're against the trend. And yeah, you can see that the spiral back here. But I'll just go into the TA to kind of see where it really downturned if I can spot it because it happens so aggressive now. So I'll start with the 2 hour. It still looks like the news needs more time to cool off, unfortunately. The VWAMP is curved towards the bottom. We saw that this got extended to even more side. The body's still very strong. We have 7 minutes until the new candle, so we'll be able to see if the trend is going to continue. I'm going to go into the lower time frames to actually see if we're getting some kind of reversal, and we are not. So we can see a lot of rejections right here. The candles are getting smaller, so that is a good sign. We're also getting the curvature in here, so that is also a good sign. Let me go into the lower time. Yeah, I mean it does look like it's got some life around this price right here. On the lower time frames, it has gotten rejected. Like you see it says green, then rejected green, but it's at least trading sideways now versus a straight like down trend.
So what was that? $300 move? What was that?
For which candle?
From the
This
top to the bottom.
oh, let's see. I think it was at least um
Ooh,
so that's not even from the top.
no. Thousand three thousand.
Yeah, 1,005 at least. Like it's a massive move. And this is what sucks about the volatility, like with this kind of stuff, is so I'll go over a trade I went over today just to kind of give you what it's like to trade sometimes. In case anyone was also trading, just know you're not alone during these kind of like situations. Like the news comes out, there's nothing we could do about it unless you're on, I guess, the spaces hearing about it live. So let me go into the 30-minute. I'm gonna go into the lower time frames to really see where it started to change. But man, it's so hard to spot it because these are abnormally big. You can I mean look at the size compared to like these
Yeah,
candles in
insane.
comparison to those. Like we haven't seen those. Even these like that was massive, and that's on the 30-minute time frame. So yeah, I went to go take a nap after it happened. Let me see where. So this was last night, yeah. So I remember this. This was Saturday, or I guess Sunday. It started to bump aggressively. Like I've been looking for shorts the whole time. And when this happened, I was like, okay, that's weird, but it is the weekend. That's how weekends play out. You get a Friday, Saturday pump, Sunday into Monday, you get a correction. and then you bottom out, and then you start finding a local bottom for the week. So that's, I think, right here. So yeah, so around here is when I started to look for longs. Once I started seeing a lot of wicks from the red candles, and that shows weakness on them versus like a body. So when they start showing up, that's when I started looking on the lower time frames, and I think it was around this time. So everything was looking good, and then I think it was this candle. I was waiting for it to be bigger than this one because that's the way the formation usually goes. It's a small, a medium one, and then a larger one. So I was waiting for that, and then out of nowhere, when this candle started, you could see it started to go up. So it was following the trend and aggressively. So from that candle, the price was at 26,800. It dropped to 26,360. So with leverage, like that's massive. So that's a $500 move within. I think it was. Let's see. Let's go into the minutes see if we can spot it.
Wow.
Exchanges.
A lot of red.
It's so like compressed that you can barely even tell. Like these are normally bigger candles, but these are so massive that it's just making them look tiny. And then so we started to see some of that. Let me see if on this time frame I could see it. So then once I saw what was happening, because I couldn't understand, I was like, okay, so everything's pointing towards upside. Why is it like moving this aggressive? Usually it moves that aggressive off of news. So that's the first thing I did. I was like, all right, crypto news, let's see what's going on. And then I saw something about CZ and Binance getting sued by the SEC, and I was like, this is it. Like this is exactly what caused this market to dump. So then I went back to my TA and I was like, all right, well, let's open it. Let's look for a short opportunity. So I get in and then immediately I think I opened up a short around these ranges and it started to go all the way up like back to 27K. Like on the exchange, I think it went past 27K. So it made this trade go into negative immediately. And then right after you saw what happened. So it just sucked. And it's gonna but it's gonna continue to do some kind of bottom out, I think. If once CZ starts coming out and maybe relieving some of these investors, which I don't think this is any panic at this point. I think this is all being controlled by bots and algorithms that when things like articles come out, they know they can move the market, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying this is like them doing it for sure, but let's see what the volume was on Binance during that crash.
We could see quite a big move up though if it returns back to where it was.
Oh, and it will. You know, it will. That's what happens. Like this is all part of crypto and moves with it. So what's gonna happen is this is all gonna get reversed. If not by this week, sooner than later, because at the end of the day, the way I see it is, and this is for the holders. Like this is for the people that don't do any of the crypto stuff. If you understand the cycles, you know that we have not that much time left, and whatever happens in between that and the happening is just going to be irrelevant. It's going to just be part of the history. So we're going to remember all the collapses. We're going to remember FTX. We're going to remember CZ getting sued, Luna, like all these things we're going to remember, but it's just going to be nothing when we're over 50K, 60K, 70K. So that's what's going to happen. So this is only a matter of time before we start going back to 30K. It seems like 27 to 30K is the new like 10K. Let's see what you just said up there. What do you think though? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know. It depends on the news, really, doesn't it? So,
Right. That's what kind of sucks about it.
if we look at this clock, so what do we know from like the cycles? The cycles are usually about 90 days before. That's when you start seeing the rally up.
Yeah, I think when I was reading into it, it was around August that they start. So we're getting really close to the starting point of these things, and it's like towards the end of, so 2024 is the halvening, and it's usually the year before. So around November, I remember, is when we started to peak to all-time highs before it then took off later on. But I think August is around the like third quarter, fourth quarter. And I mean, yeah,
If
this is
if
awesome.
anything, this is just a really good time to just start buying it up.
Yeah,
Be
honestly,
good.
it's always good. It's always good to accumulate like before the happenings. What I tell people, it's, let's see what it says right here. So 2012 happening, this is the first one, and that's crazy. Like people were mining 50 Bitcoin per block. And then, so basic for people who don't know what the halving is, it's basically all the mining algorithm and all the machinery, the rewards that you get for solving the algorithm and for validating a transaction and being the first one. There's a reward of freshly minted Bitcoin that comes out. So out of the 21 million of supply, that's where you're getting the Bitcoin from. So it's not just getting it printed; it's actually being from the supply that's not out. And every 4 years it gets split in half, so it makes it to where it gives a chance for adoption for, and we go through, let me see if I can find it, but a wave that where we have the investment point, and then we have the FOMO rally, then the blow off top, and then one more, and then the depression phase and whatever. Like it's how it goes. But so let's see.
The interesting part is the price 150 days later. If you look at that,
Yeah, and it's this one's, let's see, we'll go. So this one was really good. 123 to 127, the second halving. So as you can see, first 150 after the halving was 25. So when this halving came, it went from 25 to 12.5, 650 to 758. So that one doesn't move. That one didn't move a lot, but I think that happens every other year where it's something like that.
yeah,
Third halving. So this is where I started to get in. Um, I got in thinking I was going to get rich. Bitcoin was going to go to 100K. This was after it had hit like 20K for the first time. And then I learned about the halving. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to wait it out. And the reward was 12.5, and it went to 6.25. Price went from 8,000 to 10K. So that was the first like relief rally. I guess it didn't go into the, thought it would have the one we went to like 69K, but I guess the price wasn't that after. What is this? And look, that's the uptime. So it's only had point zero whatever, not many downtime event. Oh, it's right here. This is pretty cool. So it shows you the downtime. And I think the only time they had a downtime was when there was a possible exploit down for 8 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy to think that these networks were down for that time. That's awesome. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go into a rabbit hole, so I'll get out of this stuff. But
go into a rabbit hole, just start going down it.
all right, just start opening up links, exchanges, spot. See Binance. Binance number one for spot. Binance number one for derivatives. I don't think they have their own decks, do they?
No, I think they just go for PancakeSwap mainly, don't they?
But yeah, look at the top two markets that move the volume is Binance. So ironically, there's a lawsuit about them, but the most of the money is being pushed through those exchanges.
I wonder
Coinbase
if
is number two. Is cool. I like seeing that.
was it a couple of weeks ago where there were a lot of people going on about that one coin?
Was it like the meme coins?
No, it's some type of coin or something which Binance was moving around to fake volume or something.
Oh, I feel like it was called like, can't think of the name, but I think like him and Justin Sun or something like that. Like Justin Sun had a bunch of them, and maybe it was him that was doing that. We'll have to look it up. Wow, I can't believe Bybit is. I remember when this first came out, I was trading on this, and then they became more regulated, so I had to stop. But oh shoot, no, I just lost that. But yeah, you can see they're still not stopping. Most of the money is being moved through them. So at the end of the day, they profit from these news coming out. They don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see, take that one out. All right, so we'll go. What we got? So the new 2 hour. Let me go into that. It just printed. So still big body, small wick, plenty of time now, which means we have plenty of time for execution. So this wick, you want is written up a little bit. So that is a good sign for some cool off. The hourly hasn't printed a green yet. That's a 30 minute. 30 minute did give the double green. So look out for that buy signal. We'll see here where that goes. But for now, we'll see. I think it does have a very strong chance of just reversing and just going trying to go back up to 28K because the weekend it tried very hard to go up to 28K. It just limboed for a while, and I knew that's what like it wasn't going to do it just because it didn't have enough volume throughout the week or the weekend. But this, I don't think this is going to stop the bots or the algorithms from achieving that price. I think they're just going to consume it and start working its way up. So from here, once the 30 minutes, I would go to the 45 minute, and the 45 minute hasn't even triggered yet. So the move isn't strong enough for the indicator to show a reversal here. It has 37 minutes for that to show out. Another thing is we are at the bottom of the RSI levels, so that is a good rally support. Like instead of reversing somewhere up here in the medium of the ranges, this allows it for a better move to the upside. So that is also actually looking good. And then let's see. Yeah. So far, it's a dangerous long to take. I'm not taking any trades, especially with tomorrow I'm gonna be out of town. I don't know if I was saying on the stream, but it's my girl's birthday, so we're going out to her favorite place. We're gonna go out there for a couple days. So I'm not gonna look at anything crypto related. I'm just gonna give her my full time because whenever I'm not, this is all I ever do. So don't ask me for no TA tomorrow, guys.
I won't be doing it.
I can not for the week, but sorry, let me take a sip of water. But if you're feeling froggy, you can take that trade. It's all on you. I'm giving you my TA here live. I would, if I was taking this trade, I would do lower leverage right now, especially during this craziness. You're technically not late on the move. The 30 minutes, the first one that I would use, depending on how froggy I'm feeling, I guess. If I want to pre-jump the market, I'll start looking at the 30 minute. Once I get that double green, you can open up a position here. One of the things that I look out for already is, as you can see, is the bars are getting significantly smaller as the 30 minutes keep going by. So normally, in order for the trend to continue, what you want to see is the continuation of these big bars. So this one, when this one printed and it didn't push, that was the first sign of weakness. And then the second 30-minute candle came and it showed a little bit of strength, but the same thing. Actually, this right here, you can kind of play off with each other because this one continued halfway of this and it pushed a little bit stronger, but this was smaller and they just kept getting smaller. And this one, this new one is also like even smaller. And that's where it's showing that reversal. On the R side, we haven't had a crossover yet. So that's maybe, that's why maybe you shouldn't take it. And then we're going to the 45 minute. And if you're not feeling froggy, you can wait for this one. This one takes a little bit more time to develop. It needs more of a move in order to confirm. It's not just going to go off of. Let's see. I'm going to see what triggered that. See on the 30 minute, maybe this one or something like this triggered it, and it's a very small move. So on the 45 one, it takes a bigger move in order for it to fully reverse the VWAMP. But it is looking good so far. You have 34 minutes. So that's something I would look out for. I was like, all right, in 30 minutes, as soon as I get this green, I'll take the long. And if it's double green like this, even more strength to your trade. And then you just wait it out for the hourly. And the hourly is a stronger one as well. So you don't have to jump the gun with these two. You could wait on the hourly because again, as you go higher into the time frames, it takes more of the movement to develop in order to change these. So you can see the VWAMP is curving across. This one doesn't show too much curvature on the hour, but it's because it still has a whole hour for it to develop. 1 second. You having some difficulties over there, good buddy? I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, it's just going well slow. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to sort it out.
You can check what happened with me last time is see if you have any tabs open that have some kind of animation. Like last time I was running a game in the background, I didn't even know it. And that's what slowed down the stream for me that 1 week. Is it
Yeah,
sounding
no.
good for my end though? Like, is it
Yeah, you sound. You
okay?
sound.
Are we on TikTok?
Nah, nah. I had to stop that one.
Okay, fair, fair.
So,
All right, so we'll go. We still, we'll, you know, if we have too many difficulties, we'll just drop out. But let me know. We'll keep it going for now.
we'll do, bud.
All right. So and then the 2 hours. I mean, it's looking really good. This is more of something I take now that the news is gone officially. I guess. Hopefully, nothing can another Black Swan event won't come out that just changes the projection of these trades. So with this one, at this point, if you'd want an hour 47 minutes left until the next candle forms, this one's going to be a better trade to take just because the outcome of the higher time frames are a lot bigger. So you're taking it here. This was the weekend, so it doesn't really count. But you're taking at this bottom, and especially on a Monday, that's not a bad place to start the week. I honestly, I couldn't see this moving much lower unless another beating comes out because that was a pretty tough beating to restart the week. And now Bitcoin has to make up that whole chunk. And it takes like that's what's crazy about this stuff is like it takes a lot of time for the price to move up to these and then sustain it. So whenever something comes out that just wrecks it and just reverses it, it sometimes it happens quick, but other times it's slow. Another week that we're gonna have to move up slowly, slowly until we get back into this trading zone. So I'll start drawing some support lines that we could assume this week is gonna happen. So let's say this is the local bottom. And then I'll say, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to trade into this in between this range, unless it just fully reverses and then just ignores this trend line right here. But what usually tends to happen is we'll get a big drop, sideways movement, and then we get a few attempts at these, get rejected, do the whole dance, and then eventually we'll get a breakout, one of these, and then we'll retest this whole thing that we were trading before. And then from there, we resume to what we were looking at the week before. So that's what a lot of the stuff happens is just it takes time for it to develop once it gets restarted, and it's just a pattern game. So we just wait for the reset now. But this, I'm going to leave this on here because I'm interested to see if it does play along. We'll keep that secret TA there.
Oh man, should we? Well, I know they're probably all going to be looking the same, but is there any point in looking at BNB, Matic? I know everything's kind of taken about quite a big hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into B&B. I haven't looked at anything else. Like once this thing happened, I stepped away and I was like, all right, I'll just keep the TA like as organic as possible on the show. So let's go into B&B. I'm interested to see if it got beat up as bad as Bitcoin did. Let's go. Let's see what's going on. So it's interesting. Actually, it broke out of the trend. So this sucks for B&B because and I'm sure it's going to reverse. This is short-term TA for now, but we can't ignore it. So I'm gonna extend this trend line because we got to the end of it, and then there's this one. And we've been talking about BNB in this range for a while now. Like it doesn't want to make up its mind, and unfortunately, the mind was made up due to this news article. Because I think it was meant to go up. Like I don't think these breakouts were or breakdown was supposed to happen. However, it does reset the algorithms and all the indicators.
Maybe this has something to do with FTX coming back out.
I hope not. You
Ooh,
know, if they are,
ooh.
shoot, I wouldn't be surprised. You know how they are. You know how the media is, them boys.
They're fudding Binance.
So yeah, I'm gonna go into a 3 minute. Let me open up these candles.
Oh, mate,
Yeah,
that
just so you can get a perspective of how massive these moves were just now. I couldn't believe it. I looked over and I had a glare on my screen. Have you ever seen that meme where it looks like the chart's going through your desktop, like when it's going down and like broken through? That's what it looked like. I was like, there's no way that's that big of a move because I stepped away. Once I saw the first rally, I was like, nope. And then once I saw it close my position after I opened a short and then it pumped, I was like, nope, I do not want to look because I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna pump up very crazy and reverse and then just up massive. And it could have like more profit could have came that way. But
yeah. Like if you look at that previous move, about there. Sorry, go back.
this one
Left,
or
left, left, left.
back
See
here,
there? That one there.
this one.
Left, 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 left. That one there. That dump there, right? What's that? About $4 or $5?
Oh, from here to this.
Yeah. Then
Okay,
what we
so
talk. Then what we talking in this move that we've just done now?
yeah, let's see. Let's go into the
There's no
highs.
there's no flow at all. It's literally just everything just goes straight down. Look at that.
Yeah. And see, the
It just,
dangerous thing about these wicks is most of the times it does retest them or it indicates the local bottom, which I think at this case it would have been the local bottom. I don't think any of these coins had any reasons to dump if today didn't happen. This one, I mean, it was, you can kind of see even on 3 minute, it was kind of like drooping down. So there was some signs on BNB, but I'm sure there was a lot of insider trading. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one hit the impact before Bitcoin and then Bitcoin, like,
yeah.
because there's no
Look at
way.
that. You can't even scroll down to it.
Yeah, I have to hit the auto. And even when I hit auto, like then it makes these like look like nothing, like no volume. And this is where it happened. And I mean, there was a lot of volume here. Look at this volume compared to all this. There hasn't been that much volume in a very long time. And like for example, so you see how this big is and you see this. So I'm gonna zoom over and that becomes that big. And that's small. Like
One sec, one
that's
sec.
small
There you go.
compared to that.
Wow. There you go. Now people can see.
Yeah. Let me see.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was
People have been buying it up though.
So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna want to bottom out. So with this one, yeah, that was an aggressive move. I'll go into the minute real quick, see if yeah, look at that. So this right here from 300, oh no, this one 288. So it's like over a $20 move right there. Let me see if it shows me the percent. 4%. Like that doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. Like percentages is no joke. Like you don't get these big bursts unless like it's breaking out of a pattern. And that was just on 1 minute. That was 1 minute that happened. Like the
What,
following minutes just continue the thing. So like,
what's the whole drop?
let me see if that's even the bottom. That's 10% right there. But hold on, let me go. Oh my jeez.
Oh wow.
That's like an 11% move right there.
Damn.
And like, yeah, this is basically where it needs to start trading sideways. But like, as you can see, the difference between this and Bitcoin, what I was saying earlier is, you see how the candles are getting smaller. They are getting smaller, but they are also getting bigger with the trend. So this one continued halfway, and it's bigger than this wick already. So like these two, sure, like this one, you could say the trend was moving, But once this one printed, you kind of stop looking at these two and you just look at the one before it. And if it's bigger, then it's the trend. So in 40 minutes, we're going to see what's going to happen is another hourly candle should form, and it should form like halfway through this, and it should be bigger than that. And that means it's going to be downturn. I do see that it's at the bottom though.
Yeah.
Bi-
Has
bi-
what's it like on the half hour?
It's already giving us double green. But see, this
Mm,
was such you gotta watch out because this one gave us double green. But this I think um, I feel like this was before the news. But I also feel, and I don't know, this is just me speaking out loud. I wonder if they knew about the news before, so they moved first. So this was a good buy at first, but they knew that they couldn't push it because they were about to get hit with the news. And
maybe
then
this is why I brought up the volume that they were moving around, wondering if they took some profits or put some aside quick.
they had to have. Look at that. And
Surely.
then
Let me see
30
if I can.
minutes.
I'm going to see if I can find that article quick whilst we're
So,
talking about
so on
BNB.
a 30 minutes. So let's say we take the same trade that we were talking about on Bitcoin. So 30-minute just popped off on green with a double green. The thing about, I guess, one thing you do have to keep in mind with Bitcoin versus this Binance coin is that Binance is the exact, or BNB is the exact coin to Binance. Like Bitcoin is not related to anybody. There's no ties to anybody, but Binance coin is. And that's one of the coins I think I saw on that lawsuit. It was like BNB, BUSD, and some other coins. So you got to watch out for this one today. 15 minutes. Yeah, you see where it got the double green and it's still going down. So I would watch out. I would stay away from BNB. Of course, it's always good to be scooping up some BNB whenever they just happen to get impact. Actually, any coin right now impacted, I would suggest just holding a little bit, buying a little bit, because it takes a news article to move us like this, especially on the downside when things have been going good. This is the, let's see. So 30-minute popped off, 45-minute popped off. The hourly has not. But yeah, this is a I wouldn't trade this today or anybody. I would just stay away, keep an eye on it. It needs to recover, and I think it's going to do the same thing that we were talking about, like Bitcoin, where luckily with this one, there's already like support right there. Where let me see. So from there, and I mean, it could even use the previous support line as the resistance. So it could start trading in between that until, so let's say, I think there's ghost patterns I could do. Let's see. I used to love messing with this stuff. Ghost.
I can't find this news article anymore. Hmm.
About what?
Just trying to find about this fake volume that they're putting through.
Oh yeah, you're talking about what do you call it? The coin that they're pushing to for the volume.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it.
How do I stop it? How do I stop this ghost thing? No. I think the moment I right click or something is gonna go away. Maybe if I do this. Oh no, it stayed. Okay. So yeah, so something like this. I think we're gonna, try to move sideways, maybe hold that, and then fall underneath for a little bit and then rally, like get that nice bull flag, and then go back into this trade zone. And then from there we resume back to all this before where we need to go up to these levels up here, or we get rejected, which I don't know. Chances of that rejection again shouldn't happen unless something else comes out. It's cool. I like these little ghost things. So yeah, I think this is what we're gonna go for. This is what I'm aiming for. I don't. If not, this thing's gonna keep on falling, and it's definitely gonna retest that down there. This area down here. What can I do here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this area, and then maybe trade sideways. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep these because I'm gonna see how accurate these are. Pretty cool.
Well, I reckon it'll be in the next couple of days. We'll find out. Depends how
Yeah,
Binance handle this.
probably within this week, if
Yeah.
not today. This
Hmm.
will take about a week to develop, though, and then I guess from there we can just go into. Let's see the type of damage Matic took, but first,
I don't think Matic dumped that hard. I don't think.
yeah, I don't even know. I'm about to check though. Matic 6% change. You know, it's like they're not that bad anymore, but they're still a big move. Like, yeah, Bitcoin 5% move. That's pretty big. All right, so let's go into the 2 hour. Let's start where we're at there. Yeah, actually, it wasn't as bad. I mean, it's still bad in the sense that this pattern that was like trending, it's got rejected.
Yeah.
So it's a reset, but it resets the indicator. It did print a lower. So like now instead of this being, oh no, it did not. This wick still, so it still didn't dip as low as this wick right here. So it's actually, this is still in a way as ugly as it has been. It's still kind of healthy because if it just goes down to touch this and then it starts to bounce back up, and then the trend like up here in these ranges, the 86 cent is where it needs to get out of, and then they can start retesting the 90 cents again. So yeah, Matic doesn't look too bad as far as trades. It's hard to say what's to do because you could see right here. Oh, this was probably before that's before the news I think came out because everything was looking good for probably across the board, and then it came out. So this next play should be safer now that has nothing coming for it. Hopefully the volume that it was going to use to move up the price is going to be what's going to move it up now. So let's go into the 30 minutes. 30 minute, you got a nice big wave, full green. It's not like these. So I like the bigger waves because it's a big move, and usually like you don't get a double big move. Whew, man, what I don't like seeing is like this spiraling of candles. Like it looks like it still wants to go down, and the VWAMP's a little bit of it's curved up a little bit, but it's close enough to where it can just keep on reversing and doing another job. We'll go into the 45 minute. 45 minute has not printed the green yet, so the move hasn't moved enough for it.
It's not been confirmed.
So nope, non 16 minutes on that one, and then there's the hour. And then yeah, I guess at this point most of them are going to be in this recovery phase from the news. They got beat up today off some shenanigans that CZ and Binance might be pulling. Go back to
I wonder if it would be. I wonder if this news is going to be linked to, or you're going to see like FTX announcing it is coming out in next month or so.
Oh, they'll help it pump.
That would be kind of funny.
So ETH is trading a little bit healthier. It broke out of this trend, had this bottom, but now it's doing the sideways. So from here, it should break out of here and retest this unless it hasn't had enough cool off.
What are you on? You on the 3 minute, 8 minute?
Yeah, here's a 30 minute. 30 minute just gave the big buys. You're getting already some weakness in the reds. 45 minute hasn't printed, so that's good. And these look better. Like
Yeah, and that kind of looks like it wants to go back up now.
yeah, and even like the downplay, like those are so small compared to how big the Bitcoin move was. But dang, it did peak down there. Oh no, that's the volume bar. That's funny. I thought this was the wick. But it's still for ETH is still looking pretty healthy. I think this is going to be one of the ones that just move a little bit of sideways. Let's go.
It's just one big buying opportunity.
It's what it seems like for sure. All right. Well, you want to randomize one? We can look at
Ooh.
anything right now because I know a lot of things are moving. I haven't looked into PulseX. I haven't looked into any of that stuff. How's that going?
Yeah, well, we have pull pulse up if you want.
I don't even know where to pull that up from. I don't know if there's
Probably. Deck Screener. Deck Screener is where you can grab pulse from. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure all Pulse, PulseX, stuff like that, I think it all took quite a big hit today. There you go, I've got the link here.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, probably did. I think it all got hit up with. And I think these will get hit a lot harder just because they're still trying to like explore themselves, like the price exploration. Oh, is this all of stuff on Pulse?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Obviously, PEPE is doing well on there for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't even know they had it on there. It's funny.
Yeah, so they've got the V1 and V2 liquidity pools going on now.
Wow, so that's their number 2 coin. It's not even anything Pulse related. It's just PEPE. That's funny.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
PLX.
I don't know why. For someone that hates like shite coins like that.
It looks. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so just because Richard always goes on about how much he hates them.
That's probably why it's there.
It's kind of funny that it's second.
Yeah, that's the second largest market. No, it's not. Never mind.
Nah, it's most. I think that's just price.
Oh, is that what it? Oh,
yeah. If you click on volume,
what is that? Wrap Pulse.
Yeah, Wrap Pulse. Wrap Pulse. X.
All right. So what is the price of this? 0.0? Is this 5 cents? Is that how much? Oh, that's Pulse Bitcoin. Okay. Oh wow. So Pulse X is not even the number 1 token.
If you go.
Following 248. Is this dollars? There's no way this is that low.
Yeah, it's all a bit weird on Pulse at the moment. So he copied a load of tokens over, didn't he? But they might not have liquidity behind them.
I think that's what I've been trying to understand. That part is like they need to, I guess, transfer over liquidity in order for it to have a price.
So if you click on liquidity on the top right, on the bar, so go down. Oh, up. Sorry, go up. You see where it says liquidity on the grey bar? Click on that.
I do not see where it says. I see.
Yeah. So click there. There you go. So now you've got the pairing for PulseX and Pulse on the top.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so if you click on that, then that'll bring the chart up for that.
Ooh.
Yep. But it's done the typical thing of where everything pumps on the first day that it's out or whatever.
Yeah, and then it sell off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where are people selling this for fiat, or like I guess they're using bridges.
Yeah, you could. I think if you can put it into Wrap Pulse and then put it over to Ethereum. Sell it there, I think.
Yeah, so. No, I think this will do well over time.
Yeah, the incentive token is. I think there's probably a bit more movement in that can happen.
Yeah, what is that? Do you know what it is?
It's just the farming rewards at the moment.
For the decks?
Yeah, so like if you get into any of their farms, you're rewarded in incentive token. And there's some crazy percentages going on at the moment, or there was. I think they've all kind of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, the incentive token came out. It was like $2-3 or whatever it was, and then it went all the way up to $75, and now it's back down to 20.
Yeah, I think 20 is still pretty good for where it started. But I guess, yeah, there's a lot of sells, not many buys.
Yeah, yeah. So it depends what he does. I think incentive token, it depends what he does with the farms and the pools in the next couple of weeks. And it depends what he does with these V2 farms that he's got coming out. I think if I'm correct, I think with the version 2 farms, you're going to get part of the bridge rewards, bridge fees, sorry. But I can't remember. I'll have to look. I'll have to look into it and bring it up next week.
Yeah, they all look the same. All the coins.
Yeah, they've only been out for like 2-3 weeks, haven't they? So there's not enough. There's not enough sort of like data to really go on.
Gosh, I bet you one day this is gonna look like this small compared to the candles that are gonna be out here.
Yeah, it'll be like the move, but the opposite way.
Yeah, like Bitcoin, but yeah, I haven't really been buying. I haven't really been looking into any of that stuff, but I know I have some, so I have some exposure, and that's better than none.
Yep.
What's your
Right.
favorite coin on the Pulse chain?
I'm literally just holding PulseX, Pulse, and Incentive at the moment. And I've got Hex and eHex as well.
Ooh.
So yeah, I don't know. It's doing all right.
All right. Let's see. Man, I remember when thought I got rich off this POOH coin, USDC on Pulse.
Oh yeah, I think
Let's,
everyone did that.
yeah.
Everyone was going, man. Everyone was like, "Yeah,
Like, we're rich.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich."
I remember that night, bro. I was drinking, I was cheering. I was like, we're about to have a good time.
So many people are jobless because of that night.
Oh, I bet you. See, I wouldn't have jumped the gun.
How many
It's
shitty texts got sent out to their work?
it's your fault, buddy. You told us to get USDC.
Nah, Felly told me.
Was it Felly?
Blame Felly.
Dude, Felly bought down here and sold up here.
Probably.
Felly's like, get in right here. I'm like, okay. And then I get in, make the price go up right here. My boy Felly knows how to snipe these projects. The sniper. All right, let's see. It's cool. So it's got. Let me check what these other blockchains are up to. I know ZK is a really good one. I used to buy them early on, but I never got. Oh, this the coin that you were talking about that they were doing the volume. The Sui SUI.
No, I don't know. To be, I can't. I'll have to find it because I cannot remember at all.
Oh, that's Bone Swap. Okay, that's the Shiba ecosystem. Dude, look at that. 5 whole transactions. Man, they're killing it. Wow. I need to use the site more. It's really good. You think we're gonna have another exchange come out of the woodworks? Like when like 1inch came out in competitiveness, like you think there's gonna be one?
What on Pulse?
Maybe Pulse or maybe a new one on ETH. Because as of right now, it seems like Uniswap's the one that's like the one that everyone looks at when they release the smart contract. That's what they copy, and then they either clone it. But there's no like new, I guess, teams that are pioneering the code. That's like ground changing code that we've had since like Uniswap.
Yeah. No, No, nothing really new coming out. I don't think. Nothing that I've heard of.
SafeMoon swap, man. This SafeMoon hurt my soul.
Yeah, it wasn't too safe, was it?
Didn't get me to the moon. They promised me. No, I hope that we get like some kind of exchange at Sidekick. That's been one thing that I've been wanting, especially with JumpStart. If we can get some NFT like marketplace, or if we can get like a token launch place,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
we could start capturing some of this volume.
It'll
That's
take,
what I think the money's in.
yeah, it's having the money to start it up though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a slow grind, but I think we've got the engines rolling. We just got to keep on grinding, and when I'm sure when the bull market comes around, like we're gonna be super happy because we grinded during this time. It's hard to grind and build something during the bear market because no one like wants to. It's weird. It's like no one wants to look at it. No one wants to come to AMAs, but whenever the bull like rally has come, everyone's there. Everyone's giving away money. There's so much surplus. Everyone loves everything, but I guess it's just the psychology of the market. When it comes, it comes, and when it goes away. And we'll remember that. We'll have these conversations in a few months. We're like, yeah, I remember when Bitcoin was low. Now it's rallying back up to all time highs.
Um, shall I see if I can play the ST6
Let's
video? You
do it.
talk about that.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up, counting all the way up.
There we go. There we go. We need to get to the animated one. So with
Oh,
the
yeah.
ST6 one, yeah, I told you I would, but I failed you. I got you.
No, I'm used to it. It's fine.
I actually haven't been doing any ST6 like plays like that, or at least on the Discord. So normally, what I do is whenever I'm feeling some good plays, I'll put them on here. These are the ones that usually play out. Like they have 99 so far, 99.9, I would say. I think I've only had one maybe that you could kind of consider a loss, but it ended up reversing and like it was a profitable play. The reason why I haven't been posting as much on my calls is because I've started to notice the trend change. So yeah, I'll go back into Bitcoin real quick. Maybe this one. Once I started seeing that these were not playing out like for myself, that's when I was like, all right, I'm not going to put anything on here because a lot of these people that I have on here, some of them aren't even traders. They're still learning or they're trying to learn new, like the techniques I have, or they're just following the calls. And with trading, there's a lot of emotion that comes behind it. So, I'm just whenever I feel like it's a good time, I'm gonna post a play. But up until then, I haven't been. But we'll go. Last time we weren't able to open this up, so now I'm able to, and I'm gonna give you a little run around what I do. So this is what you get access to. It's called the premium side. If you don't have the NFT, you won't be able to see this. So once you're here, these are mainly like these three are the main ones that you're really gonna want to go to. These two in particular, and then we have our own chat. So for anybody who wants to ask questions or just wants to talk about a position or just chat amongst each other, the chat is for the people that are in this trading group. So leverage call is where I'll actually put the positions. And like here, I'll give you an example. I think this was last week. Um, so I'll give you time frames. I'll keep you updated because I look at the different time frames. So 37 minutes until, and I just had to long at that number. Once I saw it there, and I thought about doing 26x, and I should have, but it was too late. So I did it at 27x, and then let me see if it shows the time 11:22. So you see, I stay up for these things. It takes hours sometimes, but by 2:20, I told you could take profit. Again, it's up to you when you want to take profit. I can only advise you when it's a good place, but if you want to go for more, that's on you. I also most of the times I put a trade, like I will put a take profit point, so that way you can at least know that either I'm out or this is a good place to just get out. And I guess so that was at 26. So we have room to go up to 27K. Boom. 6 hours later, we hit that 27K, and it kept going. It kept going, as you can see. So then I, boom, put another one. Might catch a short. We could go under 27K. That was at 2:30. If BTC hits 2706, we could see a hit under 27. There's the lucky number, and boom, like clockwork, under the whole number. And then again, look at that. There's another long right there. Within 18 minutes, or no, it was already in profit actually. Within, I don't know how long, it doesn't show, or 10 minutes. And that was along at 26,290. Price it there's at 450. Expected to run more, and then I hit him with the short, and then boom, once again. So I mean, you could just see him catching them all, and then the chart. So another thing that I try to do is put charts so you can also visually see why I'm opening up a position. And my indicators are for sale. I'm also going to probably put together a course for anybody who wants to like actually take like an hour with me, and I'll tell you what I go through, and that way you can get it basically like a consultation. And then from here, you might also start getting a little bit more of an understanding. And on the social hours, I try to be very open. Like I don't want to give out too much detail because again, this is a paid service, but I try to give you enough to where if you listen, you can actually start putting some of the stuff together. And I'll give you some examples of some of the stuff that I'll like put up. So if it's not me updating you on the chart, like on patterns, I will normally just keep you up to date. Oh, this one was a good one. Let me see. So we'll move up, and I'll tell you. So I'll even give you the VWAMP. I'll start putting up the indicators. I'll give you the price. I'm telling you what I'm doing and why. Higher time frames taken. I'll tell you, and then boom, look at that play. I think that was the weekend where it started to get really bad, and I'm trying to find if I have some. I haven't been doing formations as much, like the patterns. Those are one of my favorite ones. But I mean, yeah, endless. Like I mean, oh, the good old Bart Simpson. I tell people to watch out for that one. It's the pump and dump, right? I think that day we had multiple ones. Man, so yeah, so here's some. This is normally what I would do is things like that where I'll just show you the trend lines, kind of like when we do the TA on social hour, like this, exactly like this. And we've done some of these crypto buddy where I'll show you like the flag and the like projection. So and then I'll also this one real quick. I'll give it's an example. What I do is I'll show you the potential target. So the green is where if this play plays out, that's where the target should be. If it gets rejected, it will get rejected down there. So I give you both options, and then we take the one that's going to be the one. So here you can see it's the same image, and it ended up taking the bottom half, and it was very profitable because it kept extending. And let's see if we can find another one. Mm, But yeah, you guys get the point though. So I'll do the call and the charts so you can have a better understanding. Like I'm also a visual learner, so having this helps me, and I know it's going to help other people when they're also looking at this kind of information. So we have that, and some of these other ones I haven't really kept them active because not many people are actively trading. I do have 21 people in here, but I'm not even sure how many of them are even looking at this stuff. I know, like, I get some emotions, so I know some people are here, some people are taking the trades. Like, I see them, but up until like I get more volume, I'll start doing some of these other ones. I do have a little trading course that I've put together for people who are learning how to leverage trade, and that way you can get used to the terminology. And then I had this for a while where people would put up their charts, but I mean, not like again, like you could tell people weren't really trading it out. And this one I probably need to move away because the 1 minute chart is really hard for people to take these kind of like that kind of information because it's fast. So like when I post it, sometimes the move might have already like happened. It's not gonna load. See, look, that was fast.
Yeah, that one, that's probably a bit too fast. I would say.
Yeah, and I guess it's not gonna show a little poopy face because it's mad at me. Yeah, see, look, I even talked about the Bart Simpson pattern. This was 3 years ago. I wish I could see it. So yeah, but that one, honestly, back in the day, I was very active on the 100x. I don't think I have it on this one. Yeah, I was. I see these. This was my crazier time. So there's be different like options I would give people if you want to do some crazier options. Like whenever I was doing 100x, I would set it up like this. But I mean the percentages would happen so quickly. And see, this was one of the guys that I actually taught how to trade. And once he learned it, I mean, he was killing it. Like, and I think, and then I was gonna do coin suggestions, but I haven't added any to it. And I'm going to. That's basically all the coins that I look into that are worth holding during the bear market that have utility behind it, and it's just not another crypto project. And I was gonna do stocks, but I was like, let me not confuse too many people because the thing I love about this indicator is that you can use it across everything. So it doesn't matter if you're trading gold, silver, or crypto, commodities, stocks. Like it all can be used with it. And this was like, man, this was back in 2021. Like, look at this small little Uni, Matic, Atom, Algo, ICP. A lot of these were like earning a lot of money in DeFi. I remember Engine Coin, like that was a good call. Like we got that one before it was even $1, and that went up to like 3 or something like that. BNB dot, yeah, these are. So a lot of this, I'll start going more into it, and then these I don't think you can see these like this one because it's for private. There's people that do like hourly rates, like they'll pay me and I'll kind of like help them on the trading courses or whatever question they really have. So that's a private section right there. But yeah, that's really the Discord that we were trying to show you last week that we weren't able to get into. And that's just part of an add-on that I gave to the ST6 NFTs because this was something I had prior to the NFTs, prior to any of that stuff. I was just doing this as a paid service to the side, like for anybody who wanted to do it. And now I decided to like full circle it. So that's one of the perks that you get. And some of those you get access to lifetime depending on which batches you have. Some you have only for 6 months, other you have for a year. So I hope you guys are taking advantage because once that time comes, I'm gonna make sure to edit that, and you won't have access to that because that's another way you can ROI is taking those trades. And if you some people did and they have a good like lot size, they could have already ROI'd like through the calls itself.
Yep. Sweet. So we call it. We're what, hour 18 at the moment. Should we call it for today's episode?
I got one more.
Ooh, surprise.
Let me see. It's a bad surprise, unfortunately. We were talking about earlier. There was a hack on Atomic Wallet. So yeah, it sucks. I hate looking at my like 35 minutes.
So is this just information that's gone out, or is it?
Yeah,
money?
so it just came out. I think yesterday. So basically, it's like think about a Trust Wallet or MetaMask, like your MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Someone being able to hack it and take your funds. That's exactly what happened here, and it happened to the Atomic Wallet. And I think I actually have. I think I do use it. I think I have some. So I need to go check mine on my other phone because at the time when these wallets were like being hot, like I was getting into all of them because they offer different rewards.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were some. Let's see. I haven't looked into it anymore after I heard the news, but the new largest individual loss from this hack was just found. So it was 3.5 million, 1,897 ETH. Here's the 5 biggest losses. So this is legit money that was taken out from these wallets. And I don't even think the team has figured out like what's going on. But I do know that the wallets are being like tracked. So the beautiful thing about crypto, unless these guys, and I don't think Tornado Cash is like operable anymore, but unless
Nope.
they do that route, they're gonna have to go through an exchange that like has KYC if they're trying to get it like through fiat. It kind of looks like my wallet. You know, I shouldn't laugh because that. What if that was my wallet over here? Like one of the victims. All right, let's see. So this is the highest victim right here. He lost 3,600,000. Yeah, hold on.
Ooh. So
Yeah,
these are these hot. So these are hot wallets.
these are hot wallet. Yeah,
So
so that's
why would you have that much money in a hot wallet?
yeah. See, that's the thing that it's tough because they tell you to keep it on the cold wallets, and now it's is it Trezor?
Yep.
Yeah,
Trezor, you got Ledger.
no, don't even use Ledger anymore. Like that's I used to advocate for Ledger, but after their hack where they bunch of their clients, like I'm getting emails to this day where they're like, just it's obvious scams. They're like, thank you for purchasing Bitcoin, this, that, the other. I was like, all right, well, you obviously got my email from them, and you're just trying to hope that I reply. But with like Trezor, they've never had any kind of information leak like that. So unfortunately, you guys. Oh, oh, nice try. Um, it says the 5 biggest losses account for 17 million. My graph has now surpassed over 35 million in tokens stolen. In a Monday tweet, Atomic Wallet said that impacted users represented less than 1% of our monthly active users, with the last transaction occurring on Saturday. It was investigating and analyzing the attack. It had not released specifics on the attacks on Monday morning, so there was no information out today. Some users report that the crypto was stolen after a recent software update. Okay, so that maybe that's the biggest thing about those wallets is these updates. Sometimes there can be a bug in these updates, and like they might not even catch it until something like this happens. And I don't even think this is being talked about a lot. Like this is a pretty big hack that's happening to a wallet that you feel like safe about. If and I'm sure, they're going to reveal what happened to protect other wallets and, the overall crypto experience. But this is like I haven't heard of this happen before. Yeah, that's all it says. So yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about. Just be careful about these wallets. It sucks because even the most reputable ones, maybe one day something can happen. Like a lot of these hackers, they just wait for the perfect timing. Like if shoot, like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, like those can easily. If this can happen, then hopefully they have better measures. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. But that's one thing I wanted to go over because I know it happened over the weekend, and I mean a lot of people feel safe with their wallets, and that sucks. Like I hope there's a solution. It's very hard for there to be a solution. There's a few ways. They get the funds back from the hacker, or the hacker could be like, "Hey, I was just doing this to show you a weakness. Here's the money back." Boom, clean slate. You could even maybe get paid for like a bounty. Another way, which is definitely not going to happen, is they revert the blocks. Like do you remember when Binance had like their biggest hack and they were talking about forking Binance?
No. Oh, what when that hack that they had?
Yeah, it was
Was
like
it 6 months ago?
it was like the biggest hack they've had, and
Yeah.
Binance was just CZ was casually being like, yeah, we're just gonna fork it, or like, and it just doesn't happen that way. It's like when that happened to Ethereum with the DAO hack, it's like Ethereum still worked, but it gave there was a lot of slack on their side because they're like, well, you're not a blockchain at that point because you're not supposed to be able to revert changes on chain. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah.
And that's what they did when the Ethereum Classic came out and stuff like that. So that there's a lot of people that don't respect ETH for that case. However, if there's more tokens on different blockchains, there's no way that's going to happen. So that's really out the picture. Like I don't think it was a big enough hack to possibly destroy a blockchain, but it's still pretty big.
Good.
So
It is not good.
Bitcoin, ETH. Yeah, you can see all these coins.
Well, we'll have lots to go over next Monday.
Yeah,
See
we'll
how
have
the
an
market
update.
recovers and see what Atomic does.
See what CZ and Binance does. See what the SEC. What else? I don't
It'll
know
be
if
like
anyone.
CZ goes into hiding.
Do you follow any stocks? Do you do any stock plays?
No.
Stock market's killing it right now. Tesla's on a rampant.
Nice.
Nvidia, I think it hit. We were talking about it last week.
Yep.
About taking a possible trade of it hitting $400 by Monday, and it definitely did that. But yeah, we'll do stock chat if people want to, but this for now, it's just we're gonna keep it crypto. I just want to talk all sorts of money. So if you guys are with it, let me know. Put the comments. Also, if there's any coins you want us to do TA, make sure you comment and we'll do it because shoot, that's what we're here for, help you. And maybe you can start learning how to do some TA on the coins that you like.
Yep, sounds good. Maybe we'll start putting that out to a vote.
Yeah,
Start
so
running through
I
the
did
TV.
one on Shill Team and Crypto Wabbit did he said USDC. Like come on, folks. How are we gonna do TA on the stable coin? But yeah, so if anybody wants to get some TA, doesn't matter if it's a POOH coin, a utility coin. Shoot, if you guys want to look at NFTs, we can start doing that too because JumpStart does utilize NFT technology, so we can see what's on the horizon. Anything come through. This is our chill time. It doesn't have to be cordial. Like we're sipping, smoking, drinking water, drink your coffee, drink whatever, smoke whatever you want. Just come through and kick it with us.
Exactly. So, right, let's should we wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, and I guess tomorrow or next week we'll see what's gonna happen with all this.
Cool. Right, tune in for next week then, guys.
Cheers, brother.
Laters.
Unless you want to talk about